Hey guys, it's Miss Bland. It will be Wednesday when you watch this video. I hope Wednesday finds you well. Hope you have a great day. I want to just jump on to go over Wednesday's packet pages to make sure everybody is good. No questions, no issues, no nothing. So, starting off with Wednesday, happy Wednesday, second graders. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Let's start off with what we are on lesson 4. For lesson 4, for your instant words, remember that we are reading each of our words every day, practicing, getting ready for Friday, being sure that they are instant words to us, that we are not sounding them out, we're not having to figure out what they are, that they are indeed instant. We say also, 3, put, another, must, around, small, in, well, big, form, set, does, large, larger, even, that we are using those words. Then our phrases. Remember, phrases are not sentences, they're parts of a sentence. And so you're practicing those. Remembering Ms. Bland's only going to choose 6 of them. So be careful. You don't know which 6 it is, so you've got to practice them all. Then we have our story. Our story this week is a little long, so Ms. Bland has decided she's only going to give you part of it, but you don't know which part. Maybe it's the beginning, maybe it's the middle, or maybe it's the end. You won't know until Friday, so every night be sure that you're practicing your story to be ready. All right, let's talk about our fluency and vocabulary. Look at your ladder. Let's start at the bottom with the word ill. Ill usually means you're sick and don't feel good. The first line says, a small tablet of medicine. You're going to add a letter to the beginning. I bet it's a ill. You know how to spell that? Write it on number 1. Oh, the next one is a small mountain. We're going to change that P to a letter that would mean a little mountain. What would we call a little mountain? Write that in, something ill. That first letter, what could it be? Number 3, the bottom part of a window frame. I put my plant on the window blank. Some of you may not know this one. It's a sill. S-I-L-L. Not sure if you knew that one or not, so I'll help out a little bit. The next one, a soft fabric used to make clothes. She wore a blank wedding dress. That word is silk. Silk. Silk is very soft. Women wear it on wedding dresses. Little girls can wear silk ribbons in their hair. Silk. 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 And my last one, we're going to change the third letter in silk to what it means when you're feeling ill. What's that word when you don't feel good? Mom might have to take your temperature. All kinds of things have to happen. You are, write that in for number 5. Make sure you didn't skip any parts of your ladder. Our vocabulary for this week deals with temperature words. We've been talking about what happens when we talk about those temperature words. To go from freezing icy cold to boiling very hot. We have the chain from freezing to chilly to lukewarm to warm to boiling. You are going to use those to answer our questions. I forgot to change it. So let's look at my packet page. It's always good to have a packet near me. So your packet page is here. I forgot to put the new one in, so we're going to use it on paper. And number 1 says, I don't like my bath to be lukewarm. Lukewarm means, how do you like your bathtub? When you get in the bathtub, do you want it really, really hot? Or do you want it kind of cold? Miss Bland likes it really, really hot. Empress likes it kind of cold, but she'll stay in there forever. So, and then tell me why. Is it because you like hot water? Is it because you want to be really clean? Is it because hot water makes you nervous and that's why you like it lukewarm? Tell me about the kind of water you like. Number 2, my hands would feel chilly if I were. What's something you would be doing that your hands would feel chilly? Think about something you could be doing, your hands would feel chilly. Number 3, I feel warm and cozy when. What are some things you do that make you warm and cozy? Maybe they're new gloves from grandma, or maybe it's your favorite blanket on the couch. What makes you feel cozy and warm? Number 4, foods that I cook in boiling water. Name 2 foods you cook in boiling water. 2 of them. Ask mom and dad for help if you're not sure. And number 5, when it's freezing outside, I like to wear. What do you like to wear when it's freezing outside? Your swimsuit. Goodness, no, Miss Bland. What do you like to wear when it's freezing outside? Be sure you complete all the questions for 1 through 5. Then we move into Letterland. Remember, guys, this is a video. If you need more time, all you got to do is pause. Letterland this week deals with the ear sound. Year, tearful, steered, yearly, clearing, clear, ears, nearby, appears, cheerful, cheering, and dear. Those are our ear words. Now, let's see if we can do some blending together.
Come together to make the sound is. Let's find out some words. And don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful. Is. Is. Let's try that again. Is. Is. Well done. Ready for another word? Is. Is. Let's try one more time. Is. Is. Well done. Let's have a look at another word. Is. Let's have another word. Is. Well done. Let's have a look at the next word. Is. Let's have another word. Is.
Oh no.
Well done. Are you ready for the next word? Is. Clear. Let's try one more time. Is. Clear. Well done. Let's have a look at the next word. Appear. Let's try one more time. Appear. Well done, everyone. That concludes our ear words for today. Today, we looked at the trigraph is.
Very good. We did look at the trigraph ear. And you have those words for this week. Guess what we're going to play today? Guess what we're going to play today? Guess what we're going to play today? Whack-a-mole! Whack-a-mole! We love whack-a-mole. So, whack-a-mole is under Bland Student Links. Remember, I set Bland Student Links on your computers. So when you go to Bland Student Links, Miss Bland has lost it somewhere. And all this stuff is up here. When you go to Bland Student Links, you are going to scroll down just a little bit. Bland Student Links will come up. Remember, we bookmarked it at the top of your screen. It says 31021 Whack-A-Mole. You will click on Whack-A-Mole and it will take you to Whack-A-Mole. Make sure you put your name in so that I know you have completed your assignment for Whack-A-Mole. And it should come up. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. I think I said that one. We'll do Whack-A-Mole today, and this one's the game show, and the game show is tomorrow. So today, practice Whack-A-Mole. It's time for Freckle Juice. You guys are reading chapter 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Chapter 3. We are going to read chapter 3. Remember, I love for you to read along with the reader on the screen, and then I like for you to go back and reread it just so I can see that you're ready. I know some of you aren't rereading, you're just going on to your questions, but please make sure if you're not rereading that you're listening really well.
Chapter 3.
Let's do chapter 3.
Andrew ran all the way home. Then he remembered that he had to go to Mrs. Burrow's house to get the keys. The secret recipe for freckle juice was folded carefully in the bottom of Andrew's shoe.
He was going to put it inside his sock, but he was afraid his foot got sweaty, the ink might blur, and he wouldn't be able to read it. So inside his shoe was safe enough. Even if it was windy, nothing would happen to it there. He made up his mind not to read it until he got home. He didn't want to waste any time getting there. And he wasn't the world's fastest reader anyway, even though he'd gotten better since last fall. Still, there might be some hard words that would take a while to figure out. Andrew pressed Mrs. Burrow's doorbell. "Hello, Andrew," she said when she opened the door. "You're home from school early." "I ran all the way," Andrew answered. "How about some milk and cookies?" Mrs. Burrow asked. "No, thank you. I just want to keep." "Well, come in, Andrew. Your mother's in the living room." Andrew followed Mrs. Burrows. His mother was dealing 4 piles of cards. "Hi, Mom. I came for the tea." "Manners, Andrew, manners. Don't you say hello to all the ladies?" Mrs. Marcus asked. "Oh, hello," Andrew said. Mrs. Marcus reached for her purse. She opened it and gave Andrew the key. "Change your clothes and play outside. I'll be home by 4 o'clock." That only gave him an hour. He'd hoped the recipe didn't stay cooked to anything. He wasn't allowed to turn on the stove or the oven. Andrew dashed to his house, unlocked the front door, and took off his shoes as soon as he was inside. He pulled out the secret recipe and sat down on the floor to read it. It said, "Sharing secret recipe for freckle juice. 1 glass makes an average amount of freckles. To get like Nikki Lane, drink 2 glasses. Mix up all these things together, stir well, and drink fast. Grape juice, vinegar, mustard, mayonnaise, juice from 1 lemon, pepper and salt, ketchup, olive oil, and a speck of onion. P.S. The faster you drink it, the faster you get freckles." Andrew read the list twice. It didn't sound like much of a secret recipe. His mother used those things every day. Of course she didn't use them all together. Maybe that was the secret part. Well, he paid 50 cents. He might as well find out. He climbed up on the kitchen counter so that he could reach the cabinet. He found everything except the lemon that was in the refrigerator and the onions. Mrs. Marcus kept onions in the basement in a bin. Andrew ran downstairs and selected a small one, since the recipe only called for a speck. With or without skin, Andrew wondered. He chose a big blue glass. He'd start with just 1 glassful and then drink another if he wanted more freckles. No point in overdoing it the first time. That's what his mother always said. Now, first the grape juice, Andrew thought. He filled the glass halfway and added an ice cube. All drinks tasted better cold, and he was sure this one would too. Then he added the other ingredients, one by one. His mother had 2 kinds of vinegar, wine vinegar and plain vinegar. Andrew picked the wine one. He put in some hot mustard, 1 spoonful of mayonnaise, and plenty of pepper and salt. Then some ketchup. That was hard to pour. But what about olive oil? His mother had vegetable oil, but no olive oil. Maybe the stuff looked like water in the olive jar, was what Sharon meant. He put in a few spoonfuls of that. Now for the lemon. Andrew cut one in half and squeezed. Oh no! A seed dropped in by mistake. He picked it out with his spoon. He hated picking his juice. Now all he needed was the speck of onion, and he was all set. He stirred up the drink and he smelled it. Oh, it smelled awful, just plain awful.
I didn't think it was going to smell good.
No, before you drink it. He stuck his tongue into the glass to taste it. Ew, terrible. He didn't know how he would ever manage to get it down, and fast, too. He had to drink it very fast. That old Sharon, she never thought he wouldn't be able to drink it. Well, he'd show her. He'd drink it all right. Andrew held his nose, tilted his head back, and gulped down Sharon's secret recipe for freckle juice. He felt like throwing up. It was that bad. But if he did, he'd never get freckles. No, he would be strong. Andrew crept into his mother's bedroom. He didn't feel well enough to walk. He sat on the floor in front of the full-length mirror. He waited for something to happen.
All right, he's sitting there. He's waiting. Oh my goodness, what do you think is going to happen to poor Andrew Marcus now that he's drank the freckle juice? All right, we've got some vocabulary. We're going to match the vocabulary words dashed, spick, gulped, pits, and dealing with these definitions. Some of you, we talked about pits the other day when we talked about peaches. You should know those are seeds in here. Then you're going to choose 3 of those words and use them in a sentence. Be sure you underline the word in the sentence. It can be the sentence from the chapter, as long as you underline the vocabulary word. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are those words we use to put 2 sentences together. So we're going to choose a conjunction from above, and, but, or, since, yet, so. And we're going to combine the 2 sentences the best way we know how. We're going to rewrite the sentence, and we're not going to forget our comma. Andrew did not like Sharon, first sentence. He was still willing to try her recipe. So we know the first part of my sentence doesn't change. Andrew didn't like Sharon. We know this. That's my first sentence. We're not going to bother the first sentence. We're going to leave it just like it is. We're going to add that comma, and then we're going to choose a conjunction word. And he was still willing to try a recipe, but he was still willing to try a recipe, since he was still willing to try a recipe, yet he was willing to still try her recipe, or he was still willing to try a recipe. We try all of them to see which one sounds best. Ms. Bland thinks but sounds the best. You may think that yet, both of those work really well, but no more capital letter. He was still willing to try her recipe. I remembered my comma. I used the word but. You are going to combine sentences 2 through 6. Do your best. Remember, it's a video. You can pause as you need to. Chapter 3, you're going to record all the ingredients in Sharon's recipe. So go back to Sharon's recipe inside your story and write down for me beside those little stars all the things that were in there. Were any of these ingredients the same as your recipe? Think back to your recipe. Look back to, I think it was Monday's or Tuesday's page, and tell me, are any of the things the same? If so, tell me what they were. If both of you had something that was just alike, write it down for me. If not, circle me. And then, of course, bottom line, it says, imagine you were in the kitchen with Andrew. What would you say to him before he takes a drink? What would you say? If you had been standing at Andrew Marcus's house inside his kitchen when he got ready to drink this stuff, what would you have said? Then chapter 3, we have the quiz page. Remember, Ms. Bland loves for you to reread chapter 3 just by yourself for that good stamina practice. But remember here, our vocabulary is these 5. We're working with conjunctions here. Ms. Bland, I don't remember them. Go back and look at that list. You can use those same conjunctions to finish these 3 sentences. You can do it. Then at the bottom, name 4 of the ingredients used in the freckle juice recipe. And number 2, what did Andrew do after he drank the freckle juice? He was he was in a bad way. What did he do? That stuff sounded real gross, didn't it? Not my cup of tea. All right, let's flip over and look at your math for today. Math for today, we're going to start off with a good old sprint. So make sure you have your sprint in front of you. If you choose to not complete the sprint with me, then please make sure you do complete it with some adult. When this video opens, it's going to start. So when I yell go, I need you to go. You have 2 minutes. Remember, skip around, do the ones that you know. Come back to the ones you're unsure of. Here we go. Go. 30 seconds left. Come on, those last 8 seconds. Do at least 2 more. And stop, stop, stop. Awesome job, guys. Good job. All right, today we are looking at Eureka Math. And we are on lesson 27. If you will turn your attention to my board, to your computer screen for just a few minutes, we are going to listen to Miss Walker talk a little bit about lesson 27. We're just watching, guys.
right hand, now we're gonna count from our 10 1. So we have 190. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 200. So how much do we have now? Still 200. Great. We're just modeling in a different way. So did the value change? Absolutely not. Right? Don't change. So guys, when we're working with our lessons today, taking that 100 and turning it into 9, 10, and 1, 10, 200. So let's look at it. So we have 100 minus 8. So we're going to add 100. Right? So when I do this, I can't subtract it in the 1 or in the 10 place. I can use that awesome strategy. I'm taking 100, 9, 10, and 10, 1. Can I take this? Now I have 10, 10, right there. So everything will make that 9, 10, 10, 10, 1. So let me show you what we did on our first one. So now we have 0, 100. 9, 10, 10, 10, 1. Now listen, I've done it ready to subtract everywhere here. So 10 minus 3 in the 1 place, 3 in the 7. 10 place, 9 minus 8, 2 in the 3. We make another subtraction of 100 place. So 100 equals 17. We're just practicing with moving around place values. It really helps us with this problem. Let's look at that. In practice, it's good. It helps us. So we have 200 minus 8. Well, friends, we can show 200 as 100, 9, 10, and 6 was 3 times. You're going to subtract 2. Okay, so let's do it. We have 100 times 10, 10. I'm going to take 1 of those 10 and make it 10 100. So now I'm going to put 100, 9, 10, and 10. Well, now I can subtract 3. So 10 minus 8, 2. In the 10 place, there's nothing to subtract. 9 minus 0 is 9. In the 100 place, 1 minus 0 is 0.
All right, guys, and that's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be subtracting from 100 and 200. So it says, let's start on the first page. Look at our problem set. 100 equals how many tens? Start counting by 10 on your fingers. And how many fingers do you have up? You have 10. That's right. 10 tens equals 100. 100 equals 9 tens. And how many ones? Think back to the video. 10 ones. Very good. 200 is 100 and 10 tens. That's very good. And 200 equal to 100 and 9 tens and 10 ones. Very good. So let's look at what they're asking us to do. We're going to solve vertically. We're going to draw the trips on the place value chart, and we're going to unbundle when needed. So the first part, of course, is our vertical. 100 minus 61. Then I'm going to model it on my place value. Now let's think about it. I got to break apart that 100. So let's do my 100. And then let's look at what we need to do, because right now I can't take 61. We just have 100. So I'm going to break my 100 apart into 10 tenths. Then I need to be able to take away a 1. So I'm going to break apart one of my 10s to 10 ones. Now let's look at what we did. I crossed out my 100. It's gone. I made my 0 tens into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I also have my 10 ones. Now let's subtract. I can subtract now. 10 minus 1, of course, is 9. 9 minus 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leaves me with 3. And the answer is 39. Let's try one more together. 100 minus 79. We have 100. And then we're going to subtract 79. There's my 100, but oh, can't do anything with that. So let's break it apart. 100 is 10 tens. It's 10 tens. Now, I still got to take something away in my ones place. So I got to break apart one of my tens into 10 ones. So I had 100. I broke it apart. I had 10 tens. I took away one of them. There were 9. And then I had 10 ones. I'm going to take away 9. Didn't draw enough. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a deal. Take away 9 of them. 8, 9. That left me with 1. And then I had 9 and I take away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That left me with 2. So my answer would be 21. Check your work with mine. So what are you going to do? You're going to give it a great try. You are going to complete C, D, and E, 1 and 2, and A, B, and C alone. Good luck. Now, Jane Goodall is our person of the day. We are, of course, talking about famous women, and Miss Goodall is definitely a famous woman. Inside of Seesaw, you have a link that will take you to a YouTube video. There's a link to 3 different epic books that you are welcome to read. And as you're reading the books and looking at the video, I ask that you write a fact inside of each one of the circles. And your last activity is the last page of today's packet. You are to read the paragraph about Miss Jane and answer these 3 questions. What sparked Miss Goodall's love for animals? What did Goodall do to protect the chimpanzees? And to identify 2 things that she was the first to do. What was she the first person to do? There are 2 things. So take your time, read carefully, and be sure to answer all 3 questions. Be sure you log in to Seesaw. Now, you may just use the video and get enough for all your bubbles, but I would use maybe the video and at least 1 book, just so I can have 2 different sources. But fill up my bubbles, write neatly so I can read them, and tell me some things you learned about Miss Goodall and her work with the chimpanzees. All right, my darlings, guess what? That's the end of packet pages. If you need something, I have office hours from 2:45 to 3:45 every day. And if not, you're going to make sure that your packet is complete, that you've worked on your Seesaw activities, that you've done your Bailey specials, and of course, there's always free time to read some really cool books inside of it while you're already there reading about Jane Goodall. If something comes up and you need anything else, you know there's always Dojo, text message, and email, and Ms. Glenn will try her best to get back to you with the response. If you need anything other than that, you and Mom and Dad always feel free just to let me know. I hope you have a great afternoon. Have a happy Wednesday. I'll see you on Friday. Remember, no video on Thursday. Thursday's a teacher work day, so no Seesaw, no classwork, no nothing. It's going to be beautiful outside, so enjoy your day. Have a great one.